Hearing a voice through peace psychology. 3 hows and a what for ethically disseminating news. By Darryl Johnson, Southern New Hampshire University. The hows and what. How do you maintain peace through dialogue? How do you communicate without choosing a side? How do you voice a concern without dehumanizing human beings? And what is the right thing to say? How? A similar definition of peace psychology was offered by McNair 2003. The study of mental processes and behaviors that lead to violence, prevent violence, facilitate nonviolence, while promoting fairness, respect, and dignity for all. You see, the purpose of making violence a less likely occurrence, its purpose is to make violence a less likely occurrence and helping to heal its psychological effects. So how do you maintain peace through dialogue? First, keep your opinions to yourself. Stop trying to relate and stick with the facts. Accept the reality that the who can be you and anyone else. So what's how? How number 2. What is the definition of choosing a side? When you're on that team and they knew you were the best player, so you always got picked, right? However, when you got picked, you also supported that team that you were on and used everything in your ability against the other, right? So we tend to pick and choose a side, not just in children's play games, but in life in general. So which side should you choose in this one? Pearl Harbor attack, December 7, 1941. We know that Japan bombed Pearl Harbor. That was what led into World War II. Or a U.S. soldier, ACA-2, air traffic controller, sending a pilot on an attack run. Pilot drops a bomb on a suspected ISIS hub. Instead, it was a schoolhouse, killing many children. Am I still your hero? Was the mistake that we made justified because I'm an American soldier? How do you communicate without choosing a side? Share the research from studies of mental processes and behaviors that lead to violence. Just simply stick with the research. Speak against reciprocating violence. No fighting fire with fire, unless self-defense is evident. And then understand that in war, the soldiers are victims of leaders who don't understand their responsibility to human life. How 3. Personification and demonization. We promote violence and conflict using hostile terms to identify people. We dehumanize people by their choices, and we knowingly use labels that activate implicit bias. Propaganda technique. Muslims, terrorists, Mexicans, illegal alien, black, thug, gang member, menace, white, mentally ill. The only one that identifies the person to have a problem or explanation for their behavior is a white person. They were mentally ill. So how do you voice a concern without dehumanizing human beings? Understand labels have extraordinary power, promote the possibility that humanity is flawed, individualize your experiences, and don't follow media trends. Say what? What is the right thing to say? First off, there's a disposition required: empathy, inquisition, and care. You have to care enough to ask the question with true wonder. Ask yourself, what can I learn without making assumptions? What do I want to believe? Why do I believe it? And let me ask that person about what they believe. The simple rule of thumb: think before you speak. Let's talk more about this. My name is Darryl Johnson. Here's my phone number and my email. Feel free to call me and text me, or send me an email if you would like to follow up and talk more about this subject. Thank you so much.